Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Jill. I am a mommy lifestyle vlogger and I do videos on basically everything that encompasses your lifestyle. I have a daughter, her name is Ava. She is almost 11 months old and she is in a lot of my videos. She will not be in today's video probably though. Today's video, I am going to be showing you a detox soup recipe that I did not come up with. I actually kind of took a bunch of recipes and I'm gonna mix them together, but we're gonna go through and make that. I'm not huge on detoxes, especially because I'm still breastfeeding, so I need to make sure I'm getting calories in, and I do run a lot, so I'm hungry a lot, but I figured this is a nice healthy soup that can sustain you. It's high in protein and vitamins, minerals, has your vegetables, so I'm gonna go ahead, have you guys watch us do that, and I think it's going to be a good jump start to our 2019. To start off, the detox soup I'm making does have chicken in it. A lot of these recipes will have you just cook your chicken on the stove, but I like things that are super easy, so I threw mine in the crock pot about 4 hours ago on high with some chicken broth. So it's 3 pounds of chicken breasts and this is 4 cups of chicken broth. The recipe does call for 8 cups, but for the sake of my crock pot, because it's not very big, I just did the 4 cups. So it is done cooking. I'm gonna take it out, shred it, and then put it back in the crock pot with the juice, and we'll then go into chopping veggies. Do you think that celery would be disgusting if I chopped it in the Cuisinart? Alright, so there's the chicken. It's all shredded and back in the chicken broth. I have the crock pot on low just to keep it warm, but I'm going to let that sit and get all the veggies out. Alright, so here are all the things that you need for the soup. You need, in no particular order, frozen peas, a head of cabbage, carrots, which I'm doing baby carrots because I'm being lazy and I don't feel like peeling whole carrots, celery. This is a head of parsley, 2 onions, and I have 2 big heads of broccoli here. The spices that we're going to use for this soup is grated ginger. You can use fresh if you have it. Turmeric or turmeric, whatever you want to. Salt and pepper, and cayenne pepper, which is also ground red pepper flakes, if you did not know that. We're gonna need minced garlic. I'm just using the minced garlic that I buy, but you can get cloves of garlic if you want. I'm gonna be lazy today and use my food processor to chop most of the veggies. If you don't have one, I'm sorry. These work really great for making your veggies super small, and my husband is scared of celery, so it's best if I chop it up. He's laughing. True. It's best if I chop it up into small pieces, or else I can't sneak it in his food. Alright, so I am warming, this is my Dutch oven. I am warming this to medium, and I forgot to include this in the ingredients list, but you will need some olive oil. I always just guess when I put it in the pan, but it's probably about 3 tablespoons. Look at these onions, nicely chopped, and it took about 10 seconds. So I definitely recommend Alright, so I have the onion starting to saute, and normally I would chop everything if I wasn't using the food processor, but since it makes things so quick, it's fine to get that started before you have the other ingredients ready. Right, Russ?
You got it.
And I just have 1 bushel here, so that's all we're gonna do. It might be a little less, it might be a little more. I mean, extra celery is not gonna kill you. Unless you're my husband, then it might kill you.
Your advice. Unsolicited. It's okay, baby. Hey, boo boo. It's okay. It's okay.
All right. Celery is chopped. It took 3 seconds, which is awesome. So we have the onions sauteing. I'm going to add the celery, and then we want to add the ginger and garlic, but I'm not going to add the garlic until the onions are pretty much done sauteing, because garlic can burn very quickly and then it just ruins the taste of your dish completely. Alright, so there is the onion, celery, and ginger sauteing in olive oil, and it's just about ready for the garlic. And I'm a little generous with the garlic because I love it and it's really, really good for you, so you don't have to be exact. I'm going to let this saute for about 2 minutes so the garlic doesn't burn. And then afterwards is when you would typically add your liquid and your raw chicken if you don't use the crock pot. But since I already have mine done, I'm gonna transfer everything to the stock pot and add the chicken, the broth, and then also the apple cider vinegar with the rest of the ingredients. I forgot to include this in the beginning, but you will need raw apple cider vinegar. Before I add the chicken and the broth, I am going to add my apple cider vinegar, and I'm going to do 2 tablespoons. Hot, and now I'm going to add my other one. Okay, next I'm going to add my chopped carrots. I chopped those already also in the food processor, but you can slice yours if you like them bigger. I'm going to add those, and then I'm going to bring the soup to a boil. I'm going to add half of a teaspoon of the turmeric and a teaspoon of the cayenne pepper. Alright, so the soup is just starting to boil. So in the meantime, while we were getting that nice and hot, I chopped the remainder of the vegetables. So I did a whole head of cabbage, which I will add at the very end, so it doesn't get soggy. And then I have half a cup of parsley. Well, it's more like a cup of parsley. I'm not very good at measurements. And then I have about 6 cups, I'd say, of broccoli florets. And I'm going to add 2 bags of the green peas. Alright, so I ended up using both of the bags of peas, and as you can see, my pot is filled to the brim. So I might have to take some soup out before I add the cabbage. As far as salt and pepper goes, I don't have exact measurements. I'll probably do a couple tablespoons of pepper and maybe like a tablespoon of salt. I always just eyeball it, and then you can add more or less while you're eating it and how you see fit. But I'm gonna let this cook about 10 more minutes just to get all the broccoli and the peas cooked down, and then I will go ahead and add salt, pepper, and the cabbage, and it will be all done. Okay, so I added the cabbage. Everything looks good. I'm gonna let this cook down about 10 more minutes, and then it is done. This soup should last my husband and I several days if we eat it every day for dinner and maybe lunch. It'll go a long way. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you want the recipe for my chicken detox soup, I am going to type it up and put it down below. My husband and I are going to use it as a means to jumpstart 2019 and just get our systems nice and healthy. My goal is to do this, eat this soup for dinner for the next 5 nights. Hopefully it lasts that long. And then we'll also have black coffee and protein drinks, which is just our protein powder and water. So that'll be what consists of our detox. And anyways, I hope you like this video. This is my first like real recipe kind of cooking video. If you do like it, give it a thumbs up. I would also like to hear from you if you have any suggestions on what to add to the soup or what I could do differently. I would love to hear that. And then also please subscribe to my channel. I would love for you to be a part of my YouTube family, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.